Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the settings app again, and we're going to go over keyboards. What we're going to do is we're going to go to settings, general, scroll down to your keyboards, click on that. All right, the very first section there, you get to choose the keyboards that you have. And you're going to have your main language up top, and then you're going to have whatever you want below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can move them around. If you want, you can choose to put different keyboards into different places, and it's just up to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to delete one. You just press the negative button, then you press delete, and then it's gone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add one back. Okay, and we're just going to take a look here, scroll through. There's emoji. Go ahead and add it. Now I would like to go ahead and move it back up top there. So there it is. Okay. Now this next one is a TextExpander, and basically that's an app that has a keyboard built in. And I do recommend for most situations that you allow full access. I'm going to disallow, and I want you to see this warning here. This is something very important for you to understand, that you do want to read this, okay? And I like to allow it, but it's up to you. Okay, and then if you would like, you can read more about third-party keyboards and their privacy. All right, and again, back to adding the keyboard. In the beginning here, I shows the main, suggested keyboard, and then it shows all of your third-party keyboards and then all your foreign language keyboards. So the thing to think about right here with this TextExpander is that's where, if you were to buy a keyboard from the App Store, that's where it's going to show up. Okay, so you have to come in here to enable it, just like I did here for TextExpander. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when I add it. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. Click on TextExpander. I'm going to choose English. I can choose any language that they support. I'm going to go ahead and press done. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on it and say allow full access. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move back to shortcuts. Shortcuts is a very handy way of doing like an autocorrect, as an example. Like if I were to type C/O, I would get courtesy of CO. If I were to type TM, I'm going to get the really small TM for trademark. And here, as an example, if I were to type bracket, C bracket, I'm going to get the little copyright logo. And then here, the restricted logo or the patent logo. And what it is basically you're just trying to help make it a little bit easier for you to type. So what I like to do is, if you look here, I like to use email as a way to cheat a little bit. So what I do is I put in my email address that I want to type. That's my phrase that I want to type. You can put whatever you want in there. And then I have a little shortcut, and the shortcut is letters that you wouldn't type on a normal basis. Sometimes they recommend that you start things out with like a period and then what you're trying to type as a little abbreviation. Or sometimes you might try to double letter the very first beginning of it. And I find this works. I type in EML, and then the T, EML stands for email. The T stands for an abbreviation for the type of email that I'm using. I may use my wife's name or the S for her name, which means I want to use her email address, and so it'll automatically type her email address. Or I might type T, which means I'm trying to type in Eric Rogers Technologies email address, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and create one real quick. So I want to, this is where you type really neat. You say test, and this has to be perfect, because if this isn't perfect, what you get every time is not going to be perfect. Okay, and so what I would do is this. So if I type in TTEST, I'm going to get capital T EST space 1 2 3. All right, and then I just press save. All right, and that's what I get right there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm going to say TTEST, and if you notice there in my suggested, I get test 1 2 3. So I just press it and it automatically enters it for me. Okay, now I'm going to come back over here into my shortcuts again. What I can do is I can just slide to delete it, or I can press edit, the negative symbol, and delete. It's up to me. Okay, and now this next one is some rules for all keyboards. Auto capitalization, turn it on or turn it off. Auto correction, turn it on or turn it off. Enable cap locks, turn it on or turn it off. Predictive, turn it on or turn it off. And that's that little suggested help that comes up right above your keyboard if you're just trying to help you finish your sentences. Okay. And then here it has a shortcut. Do you want that period to follow right after you're typing? Yes or no? And then here you get to have whether or not you want spell check and enable dictation. Just kind of up to you. And then it gives you some information about the dictation and privacy. All right. Well, that'll conclude my class on keyboards and settings. Have a good day.